What's up guys, welcome to Diving Garage. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to bleed any clutch system without going under the car. Let's dive in. Alright, so let's get right to it. This is the tool you're going to need. It's pretty simple. This is just a vacuum hand pump. I went ahead and got the Mighty Vac part number MV8020 from my local Eastwood store. If you haven't been to an Eastwood, you're missing out. So all you got to do is assemble this guy. You got your vacuum pump here, a little bit of hose, and then your canister, and make sure the side that says to pump is going to the pump. You got your hose on the other end, and you got a little cone hose end. It's pretty easy. And what you do is you feed this little cone into your clutch reservoir, into where the clutch slave cylinder is pulling fluid from. And then you pump it up, and you'll see fluid start to come through here into here. And with the air that's in your system, you'll see the bubbles coming in, and they'll go into here. And what will happen is this will fill up with fluid, and when you're done, you can release that vacuum, and you go ahead and dump this back into your clutch slave reservoir. And then you do that a bunch of times and you're done. So let me show you a video of me doing it at like 1 a.m. because this happened to me. I'll tell you the story in a second. All right, so what you'll see here is I'm connecting that cone fitting just like I talked about. And then once you start pumping up the vacuum or the pump, you'll see the fluid coming through and you'll see some air bubbles. Now you might see a little, you might see a lot. But once you get fluid going through the line into that reservoir, set it up and let it stay there. Because what you want to do is allow the system to be under vacuum for a little while. And those air bubbles will come out, and some of them might be big. So just set it up, get a nice vacuum on the system, and then just leave it there for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes and just watch it. And once the little reservoir on your tool here gets nice and full, go ahead and release that vacuum, dump out that fluid back into the clutch reservoir, and do the process over again. I did this about 3 times, and my pedal went from absolutely nothing to solid pedal. And if I have to pick between absolutely nothing and a halfway garbage pedal, I'm picking a halfway garbage pedal. But using this tool here, you can do this 5 times, 10 times if you need to, and you can get all that air out of there without having to go under the car, break your elbow in 7 different places, and contort your hand in ways that it never was meant to go, just trying to get that bleeder loose and just to dump fluid all over the bell housing. Nobody wants that. All right, so what happened to me? What's my story? So that remote clutch reservoir you see, this is my 2012 Camaro SS. When you get these from the factory, the brake system and the clutch fluid are in one I guess loop, if you'll call it. They both come from the brake reservoir. And to me, that's asking for trouble, because if you, I don't know, say puncture a brake line, all your fluid goes out, then you got no clutch and no brakes. And that's a bad day. But in my situation, I installed that mod, and there's nothing wrong with the reservoir. It was my error, unfortunately. There's a little collar that goes from the reservoir to the fitting where the hose from the car comes. And that collar, I didn't tighten down all the way. So this was my fault, but that's okay. You're benefiting from my mistake. But anyway, if something like that happens to you, and you're working your clutch and you don't know your reservoir goes empty, but now you're sucking in air into your clutch fluid, your clutch might work while you're driving it. It'll get worse and worse and worse. Maybe to the point where you only have like about that much travel. You can probably still drive, but the next time you get in, this is what happened to me. I couldn't even get it out of gear. I had the clutch to the floor. I was pulling on the shifter, nothing. I had to sit there and pump forever just to get a little bit of pressure. Then I was able to get it out of gear. But that is a bad day. You don't want to drive like that. So I went ahead and filled it up, got a little bit more action out of it, and went and picked up this guy. And then I bled it that in the same night, and it's been great since then. And happy to report that the collar is tight now, and it's been holding fluid just fine, working just fine ever since then. So if this video was helpful to you, help me out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and get out there and dive in your next project. Catch you next time.